What's happening, guys? You're back with your girl Abs, and we are here for yet again another episode of SOCA Odyssey. Now today we are joined by PAHJO. How you doing? You good?
Good. I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. You know what? Anytime I see you, I just feel like going, morning, morning.
Morning. That's me, man.
Yeah.
Everyone knows me to be that guy behind the events. You know, so music is being new to everyone. You know,
Yes.
See me like, P doing music. PAHJO. I don't know he has PAHJO. I know he has SP. You know, he now doing well. So.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
How do you feel when people call you P still? Do you feel a bit, does it make you feel a bit like, why?
Nah, you know what I say to them? I say, if you could call me P, that means you was my friend before music.
Okay.
So if you're calling me PAHJO, I'll know I just meet you. Which is not a bad thing. But I tell them that to make them feel a little special.
Make them feel
Special. Yeah, feel good. But yeah, man, I listen, you could call me whatever, you know what I mean? Just don't call me anything derogatory and I'll respond. So I bad with names, so I can't vex with people who call me anything, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, all right. I think when last time I went to Morning, had a bit too much to drink, and I think I called you by your full name, and you were kind of looking at me like a bit like, how do you know my full name?
Yeah. I remember that. That was in the Docklands.
Yeah.
I remember that. Like,
You know.
Oh, yeah.
I know everything I know.
Cause some trouble sometimes.
But it's all good. It's all
yeah,
good.
man. It's been a blessing.
Yeah. So talk to us. Let's go back to the beginning. All the way back. You are Guyanese. So talk to us about kind of moving from Guyana to here. So
I was 19 when I actually moved from Guyana to the UK, but I was a semi-pro cricketer. So I moved up here proing for clubs and trialing for counties. Unfortunately, I never made it to the county and the international level, but I proed for years, club cricket. And, you know, music was something that was always a part of me growing up. I was always known as the wild soca junkie in the family, right? But I moved up here and things didn't go to plan, so it was like survival mode.
Because initially you were a cricketer.
Yeah,
that's what you
right.
kind of came over for? Okay.
So I came over as a cricketer, and then it was okay, let's settle here. I got a family young, and you know, everything at the time was providing for the family, you know, and making things work for that. So music had to take a little bit of a backseat, but then years later, I joined the army over here. Don't know why, a moment of madness. But you know what? I don't regret it. It's been 5 years that just taught me to be more humble and appreciate life and see life a bit differently. And I just used that discipline when I came out of the army. You know, it was like a rebirth in a sense. You know, they call it coming back into CV Street. So coming back out there and just trying to find my identity. And then later on, as things started settled down, there was a DJ who passed away. He was a good friend of mine, DJ Buju. And one thing he always used to say to me is, yo, if you like drink, you like smoke. You want to do your music. Stop putting things off because life is short.
Yeah.
And when he passed, those words just, you know, resonated within me. And I said to myself, nah, it's either now or I never did it. So yeah, that's how I started to get back into music, and you know, started to hit up. I had a producer in Guyana called Joel Brown, Joey Too Cool Production. He actually produces for Dexter Daps and a few dancehall artists. And him and me were sort of starting off this musical journey at the same time. And he used to send me beats. What do you think? So every day my WhatsApp was just full of rhythms. And there was one that stood up, and I penned something, send it back to him. And he was like, yo, this thing really good. But it was like 15 minutes I wrote it. I didn't even know I could write music at the time. And he was like, no, we should do it. And I said, no, I ain't doing it. But when Buju passed, I hit him up. I was like, yo, that rhythm's still available? He's like, yeah. I was like, let me do it. And Amas was the first song ever released in anticipation of Guyana Carnival 2020. We dropped it the February, and the world shut down in March. And Yeah.
Did that make you feel disheartened or not necessarily?
It did at the time, because it was, I used to host events in Guyana. So it was like, okay, instead of being the guy behind the scenes, this year I was going to be the guy on stage, and I was going to do my song, and, you know, I'm here. You guys need to know who I am, you know, PAHJO, and, you know, I'm sure people would have been like, who the hell is he? He come from, you know? But, you know, guys don't have no manners, but I love them to bits, you know what I mean? But COVID just sort of slowed things down and actually taught me to think and be a bit more, you know, structured and a little bit more, you know, to time things a little bit better. So I actually was grateful for COVID, because when I look back at some of the music I wanted to release during that period, I think my career would have started and end right away. People would have been like, what rubbish is this you want to release, you know?
So the songs that you would have put out then, like what was the like context?
I don't think that the context was bad. Was it
just the way you were singing
context, but I didn't understand about structuring a song properly, you know, and knowing when to put a pre-chorus and a hook and a post-chorus and all of these things. I just knew put in lyrics, and plenty lyrics. To me, it used to sound good, you know, but when you start to get people around you and a team who listen to the first 20 seconds and say, yo, nah, that is rubbish, you know, instead of me getting angry, I'm someone who loves, you know, criticism, and I don't like yes people around me at all. So thank God I met Shaker, because after I released Amas, you know, Shaker was like, yo, and then lockdown happened. He hit me up, but I knew Shaker for a while with Frenzy, and you know, he hit me up and he was like, bro, you serious about this music thing? I said, yeah. He's like, well, I produce. I was like, I didn't have a clue you produce music, you know? I only know you as a party promoter, you know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, I produce, but I haven't been doing it for a while. So if you're serious, let's do something. And he was like, he sent me a instrumental, and he's like, write something to this. I wrote something, and he went, okay, it's got some potential, but not for this rhythm. So he built something separately, and that's where my second song, Life So Sweet, came from. You know, and that was about my journey in the UK, how difficult it was, but on my reflection, I could laugh now and say, you know, life sweet, you know, whatever you're going through, one day you're gonna look back and think, what was I worried about? So that's what happened. But then I had political songs. I remember I had a song, and I was like, the world gone mad with a cough. You know, I was trying to do hip hop and all sort of crazy things, and I was starting to attack Donald Trump in the lyrics. And someone said, yo, if you now starting out as music, you cannot start attacking, you know, presidents and all of that, because your career could end right where it started. So I was like, okay, let me just bury this song straight away. But yeah, I did. You know, it was Life So Sweet. I did dancehall music, you know. I dabbled in so many things until I realized, actually, you know what? Yeah, I could write rhythms and do different things, but I think soca is my blood. The soca was calling me all the time, so
so good.
I just, you know, forget about all the other noise and just let me do the soca properly. So
yeah. Okay. How do you think things would have been if you either did music first before promoting, or if you became a cricketer and didn't do the rest?
I think if I'd been successful in cricket, I think I might have ended up doing music, probably starting now, because you would find most cricketers' careers end just around the age that I am at the moment. You know, I was doing Bravo and these guys who still did their musical careers, you know what I mean? Well, you know, I have to give them that. I respect every creative, every idea doesn't just come easy like that. So I respect everyone for what they do. But it might have started now, because music is something I always wanted to do. The only thing that delayed me from doing music was financing the music, you know, because as most creatives would attest, is an expensive thing. You can never look at becoming an artist or artistry as a hobby, because you invest so much money and time into it. So But if I had done music when I wanted to do music, I don't think I would have had the lovely kids that I have today, because my focus would have been completely different from that. So I'm happy of how my life went. I've got no regrets. You know, yeah, a few tweaks I would have changed, but you know, I'm very blessed with the way things are right now. Yeah.
Okay. So then, with the event side of things, because I want to know, when you came over, obviously it was initially for cricket, but
Correct.
When you came into we call it the UK SOCA scene itself, did you start off as a feta, or did you start off as, I like SOCA, I want to do a SOCA event?
So when I moved here, I didn't even know there was a UK SOCA scene.
I'm glad it wasn't just me. Good.
Right? I moved there in 2003. And I think my first party I went to was about 2007 or 8 or something.
And what event was that? Do you remember?
That was Frenzy. If I remember correctly, it was a SOCA Frenzy someone took me to. It changed my entire outlook on life. I started to find out all these parties happening, and I no longer was saving money because I'm suddenly buying FET tickets and arguing with my partner at the time. Why are you going out so often? Everything went downhill. I joked with Shaker. I said, Shaker, you're the reason that my life went downhill with relationships because of Frenzy. You know, I joke with him all the time. But I got into event management because I went to one party. It was a boat party. We got there for the time, and 2 hours later, the boat didn't leave. They were now running to bring the speakers on the boat. It was just absolute chaos. And I was like, I could do this and do this better. But I always thought, boy, a boat would cost probably about 10, 15 grand to hire in this country. I ain't even thinking about it. So again, at a cricket match, me and a friend of mine, we were reflecting on the event. And I said, yo, I'm going to research this thing. And I went away, researched the cost of a boat, rang him. I was like, yo, we could do this. We could do this now. He's like, serious? Yeah, I was like, right, we need to form a brand. And that's how I got into it, you know. No idea about how to market. We hired the biggest boat you could find on the Thames. You know, all pompous and arrogant, thinking, yeah, we're going to just hire these DJs. Didn't have a clue who was the hot DJs in the country.
Okay.
And we just hired some randoms. And the boat had under 100 people.
Oh, no. And what was the capacity of the boat?
The boat, I think at the time, it was like 375 people.
Okay.
So what we had to do was close off one of the floors or two of the floors and just
you
isolate everyone upstairs. But we learned from that, and you know, the team then built. You know, I met Nadine, who would do the Waves, formally come out to play, boat party, and things started to run. I met up with Morris Roots, you know, and he became like a mentor. So a couple of the Marshall concerts, I was like behind the scene helping him. And, you know, he would like guide me and show me how things should be done and are done properly. And then I ventured out to start to try and do other land events. So I did, I don't know if you remember Agua a few years ago. Okay. It was like the first outdoor wet fet, foam fet type thing. We brought up Patrice Roberts, Swappy, Asa Banton, a few people. You know, a lot of people keep telling me I should bring this back.
I think I was supposed to go to that, and for some reason I couldn't.
The venue changed, so it went outside of London, and everyone was like, because it was meant to be Leighton. And everyone was like, in London, a wet fet? What? Outdoor? Yeah, we going. So the sales were going, and when the venue pulled on us last minute, we had to change. So things didn't go to plan with that, but again, learning process. So
when was the last one? Was that
2018? I did Agua, and we took a break. We were supposed to come back 2020, but I decided, obviously COVID decided no.
Yeah.
And then, you know, now things are starting to open. There's so many events going on, and it was like, I don't have the time because I'm now into the artistry.
Yeah. You got morning as well.
Yeah, morning. We got waves. What else have I got? I got Aloha. I'm working with Shaker on Ambience d'Amour. We're actually doing a party for Symboli called Bloom because he's migrating. So we're trying to give him a little send-off event. So so there's those things going, and then I'm like helping people with other events which I can't mention.
Yeah.
Which is about to happen. So I am constantly working and then writing music. It's like, and then a day job too. So it's like, when do I ever find the time to stop? So, yeah.
Okay. Now, with these events that you mentioned, I know you say you can't really talk about it, but is there any way you can tell us what we can expect, but in the vaguest way possible without revealing what you shouldn't reveal?
Something different.
Okay.
Something different. I think people and consumers have said they're tired of going to parties. They want experiences. So more energies and efforts being put into giving people experiences. So more different concepts, decor, stuff like that. These are things that are starting to creep up in conversation. So more spending is happening. So there is a lot to look out for, especially over the carnival type week period. Yeah.
Okay. Do you not feel, well, then again, because you've been promoting events, I guess it's a bit different. You've kind of got your patrons, if that makes sense. But because it's August, it's carnival time, it's going to be busy. By having a new event, do you not feel like, oh, it might be a bit too saturated to do it then?
I don't think so. I think what we're targeting is not going to interrupt what anyone else is doing, because there's great events happening, it makes London look amazing, and it needs to continue to happen. We can't have just 3, 4, 5 events for a carnival when other carnivals in the world have got over 100 events on a calendar. I mean, the footfall's different, so there's people to fill those events, but what we're trying to do is more intimate events. So we're not looking at the large, grand scale, the grandeur events as yet. We're looking for stuff that I would probably try to say a more mature crowd would want to come out and experience, and money's worth, and okay, this was different, this was good. So yeah.
Okay, all right. And I want to know as well, with Morning, how are you looking to expand that, or is there anything about it that you want to change? Or
ideally, I would love to take Morning to an outdoor space and be more Trinidad-like, but unfortunately, licensing in this country at that time of the morning for an outdoor event is hard to almost impossible to happen. So this year we're going to keep Morning in a confined space again, but there's planning for 2023, 24 already in place to take it outdoor and actually give an experience like the events that you would get in the Caribbean. So we are definitely looking to take it on that scale, but that's as much I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Maybe I said too much, but there's plans in place. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to the music a little bit then. So talk to us about some of the tracks you've released recently, including definitely the Super Saiyan rhythm. I definitely want to talk about that as well. But yeah.
So this year has been a fantastic year for me musically. It started off with Mantif. That was a funny one, It was a rhythm we were playing around with, and I'm always on the Kevin Crown show, and he always used to joke around with. On the Fridays, he used to do the SOCA boat things. He used to say Mantif to the left, Hornerman to the right, and I went away. Big up to the Zoom family. So there's a group of people, guys and girls I've met over the lockdown from Kevin's show. We used to go into Zoom every day, and then the Zoom became closed off. So there was like 30 to 40 of us every day for the entire lockdown used to be on Zoom. There's still probably someone in the Zoom if I go on it right now, but we just became a close-knitted family, and this is people from around the world. So, I was on there one day talking with them, and I got this rhythm, and it's like, I don't know what to put down on it. And I was lying on the floor, my neon lights is on, and just listen to the rhythm. This girl is a Mantif. And I was like, that's it. And I just went away and wrote this song, I didn't even take it serious because I wanted to put some humor in the song. But then the producer's like, yo, this is a vibe, Joe, you too cool again, He's like, yo, this actually has something in it. Let's fix it. And we went away, fixed it, Shaker HD, sat in, and, we recorded and we changed some things, and that came. So that song came out. It actually became, at the time, probably my most viewed song, because everyone was like, it's a great song, We went from there, and then what did we release after that? I think it was Zombie. Zombie got released, Wetty Beats. That was, I was like a kid in a sweet shop when Wetty hit me up, and he was like, yo, if you could give me something fire,
yeah,
I'll put you on the rhythm.
But with that, was it, how can I put it? Was that a case where you'd spoken during part one and said, oh, we'll work on something? Or how did that?
This happened at Dreamland 2021.
Okay.
So Wetty was performing, and we were backstage, and you know, we were chatting, and he said, no, he had posted something actually saying Super Saiyan Season 2 coming soon, and I was like, whoa. So when we were at Dreamland, I was like, yo, what's happening with this Super Saiyan Part 2? And he's like, oh, we just casting at the moment, but he's got most of the cast that he wants, but there's one slot because someone's sticking. So I was like, give me the opportunity. Juicy was there, you know, big up, trained by Juicy. And apparently, Juicy, who apparently boofed me the other day, I had to throw that back in your face, boof, Juicy. But, you know, real brother that is. He told Juicy, he told Wetty, yo, give PAHJO a try. So when Wetty hit me up and say, give me something fire, and you'll get on it. I went in the studio with Cole Chisel, and I said, Chisel, we can't come with the normal mash up party, dash water, dash paint type thing. We need to go outside the box. Chisel said, well, let me raise the dead. Let me talk about Laja Bless and Sukuya. And I like, what? How we reach here? How we go into these demonic things? Because my mother is very spiritual. I was like, my mother gonna look at me in shame. He's like, well, dog, we had to do it. So we went and we wrote that song, record the leads, record the back ends, everything one night, send it to Wetty. Wetty hit me back up the next day. He like, something missing, because the hook just had zombie, zombie, zombie. And he like, something missing in the hook. So we went back and he was like, mash up the fet, play a mass, bring energy, let the zombie pass, with the zombie in the back into it. And when we send it, Wetty said, right, so the next steps is, you're gonna need to do this, you're on the rhythm. And I tell you, actually that took about 2 months for Wetty to come back to say you're on. So all this time I thought, I ain't get through. No, that is it. And when he hit me up, he's like, yeah, you're on. I tell you, I was like, what? Yeah. You know, because to be on a song with the late Blacks, a rhythm with the late Blacks, with Sherwin Winchester, with so many guys I grew up, you know, too, is like, this is crazy. I never thought this would have happened to me so fast. So Zombie came out, I actually went into the UK SOCA Monarch with that. And, you know, I got second, as most people would know. But to me, that's still an amazing feat, achievement at this stage of my career. I've only been in music 2 years, I would want to say. Yeah. So that was that. We released Risk It All, which is more of like an Afrobeat feel. That was written by Daryl Gervais, out of Trinidad. And for those who don't know, Daryl he's one of the writers behind Kess, behind Patrice, you know, Carry On.
He's so chill as well.
Yeah, Daryl is real cool, you know. I find like I get on well with my Trinidadian brothers because, you know, through Shaker, I link up with Zone, who's now Ozone. Yeah. And we just became like brothers, right? And we just vibe and
well, like I said, I thought you guys were like distant family.
Yeah, a lot of people think so because we just clicked like that, you know. And we have a Zone is currently we doing like a writing camp and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, a fantastic brain, this guy, you know, genius with how he writes his music. Is different. So you know, he wrote a song for me straight after. 2 songs actually. I haven't released one of them. One of them is the one that's not released is an absolute gem. It's like a crossover of like a pop, soca, EDM. It has so many different feels there. But I was going one direction, and as soon as I sent it to Zone, he's like, now change this verse, da-da-da-da-da. And then I was like, you know what, Zone, just write the whole song. And when he sent me back that song, it was like, I didn't even think the song could go. because I'm very wordy when I write lyrics. And, you know, both Zone and Ozone and Darrell keep telling me simple is better. Keep it, less is more, basically.
Okay.
And when he sent me back that song and the first melody I heard, I said, Jesus, too good, too good. When your wine is action, hey girl, I could feel that passion. I said, nah, that is it. That's the song.
Yeah.
So that's the come. But then Joel again, he said to me, send me a rhythm. He's like, we doing a Guyanese only cast. A rhythm called Small Days Rhythm. I need the song next tomorrow. I said, Joel, you can't put me on the spot. So he said, I need the song we want to release next week, Friday. I said, Joel, it's Wednesday. I said, there's only one man for this job. I hit up Zone again. I said, Zone. He said, say less. Before the next morning. Dog, I send the thing in your inbox, you see it? I said, nah, no way you send this song so quick.
Yeah.
Gal, roll, gal, when you bubble and you start to whine. It's like we on a cruise line. I said, when you roll that way, you hit me just like a wave. I said, geez, I'm another hit. So when I sent that to Joel, Joel called me, where's this? This band, oh, this is the best song on the rhythm. I tell you, this is the hand song, it's the best song on the rhythm. When I record this song home, to me, it sounds like the best song.
Yeah.
When the song go to mix and mastering, my key is off because Zone range different. And
okay.
I now trying to hit the melodies and so on. So we had to re-record, but Rock the Boat. That one was released the same time as Friend Them from Shake Up Production. So Rock the Boat released the Friday, Friend Them released the Saturday. So that's myself and Symboli. And that is a feel-good summer anthem right now. You know, we now pushing a song. We want people to go out and stream that song. You know, that is a party can't start without we, nah, nah. What's the scene, link a time and we dinner. Vibes can't run without we, nah, nah. PAHJO and Symboli. That's just the intro for that one. That one, when that build, amazing song. Again, big up Shaker, big up Darrell Gervais, because Darrell co-wrote that one with Symboli and myself. And at the same time, we released a song that I haven't even started to push yet, called Energy and Mass.
Okay.
And when I started music, funny thing, I told someone the song that's gonna break me through is gonna be a song called Energy and Mass, because I just love the wordplay, the energy of mass. And I haven't even had the time to push it because it's like 3 songs in a row released, boom, boom, boom. So that's what I've released so far. We are currently writing for 23, potentially 24, potentially 25. We're just writing music. I'm gonna have another release next month. That's more like power, a song called Drench. So more wet vet theme. And then Too Good will potentially release in August. So I'm just releasing music throughout the year. So
there's a bit of a theme with you, I find. Morning, wake up, that's one side of it. Then you got Drench, Rock the Boat, Waves, Boat Party.
Yeah, Rock the Boat, Waves.
Is that coincidence?
Yeah, yes, could be probably the what my thinking is at the time. I didn't even realize you now put the connection to it. So there you go. I have songs I could promote each one of my events with now. So that could be the theme, you know, going forward. So yeah, definitely.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I think my final 2 questions for you. Number 1, what was it like working with Symboli? Because you're both relatively new artists. So
Symboli is a fresh breath to music and super talented. I don't think he realizes how talented he is as yet, because he's a bit young and, you know, he's very reserved, but his tones, his melody, just, I call him the young Kes. I said, don't be like Kes. But I said, your zone is that direction. You are, you know, you have the hair, you have the, I was like, go out there and let people know who you are. So, and he's been doing fantastic things, you know, great talent. And I want to wish him all the best on his new venture, the journey to SOCA, as you migrate
Wait, he's migrating to where?
I don't know if I'm privy to say these things, but
what?
Symboli,
elsewhere, or is it musically?
Elsewhere, he is
Where
migrating.
You migrating to? Who told you you could migrate?
Sorry, brother.
Who said you could migrate?
Boy, but it will do him great because he's gonna be under the mentorship of an industry mogul.
Okay.
Right, so that's Kevin Dubois. I'm sure most people know he's part of the Spot family, but he's gonna be under the close eye. So for him, that's gonna do a great thing for him. So I wish him all the best. But again, great guy. That's family. It's me, Symboli, KD, Shaker, Ozone. That's the
team right there. Yeah. Okay. No, now these are the final two. So female soca artist wise, who would you say you would want to work with? From
as a Guyanese, 100% Tamika Marshall.
Okay.
We have Tamika Marshall. We have to do a collaboration. This is no question about it. If you see in this interview, we have to do a collab. Simple.
Yeah.
The next person I would love to work with is Patrice.
Okay.
Right, and that's because I've worked with Patrice before. I know she is, rightfully, but Patrice's talent is nuts. And if I was to put a third person inside there, it would be Destra Garcia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's me.
All right. And my final question, seeing as you were like an undercover artist, you said nobody really knew that you were, into creating music like that. Is there anyone that's on, let's say, the UK soca scene that no one really knows about? When they're in they want to go into music or they do it, but no one really knows like that. Is there anyone you would want to collab with?
I would say there is people on the scene that are doing music and are ridiculously talented. That
But someone that doesn't even do music right now, but maybe people kind of know, but.
I don't know. It's difficult. There's a lot of people in the industry that give you feedback sometimes, and you think you should probably try it. Or you might hear someone sing a note, and you actually could sing, but and they're like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that, But it's like you should, if you want to. I don't force anyone to do this, you know what I mean? But if you want to do it. So anyone who is thinking of doing it, my advice would always be do it, but be willing to take feedback and criticism from people who've been doing it before.
Yeah.
But if I was to pinpoint one artist or someone in the UK scene, he is an artist to be the next big thing, that would be Kaylee.
Okay.
From Antigua.
Okay.
Easily the most talented artist in the UK right now. Hands down. I say that. Happily say that. I fighting anybody. I say that.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming on here today.
No, thank you, man. It's always a vibe when we hook up, man. So
100%.
At least you didn't call my full name this time, But
yeah. And you know what? I think you're the first, one of the newest soca artists I've actually interviewed from over here in a long time. Because usually it's like, I'll interview Teradan a million times over.
Very talented.
Sun Divas, Mr. Zara over and over again.
You call any people who paved the way for this.
Of course. So it's nice to interview someone.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's been a vibe, man. And this rum's strong. God, it's nice. It's smooth. Yeah.
Good.
With God.
Don't know where it is now.
Flat cap? Nah, this
is that the flat cap one?
Yeah, I feel like taking 2 bottles with me.
I don't know if I could let you. I might want the last 2.
Yeah.
Fight.
But that's me, PAHJO.
Socials, so everyone knows.
PAHJO music on absolutely everything. That's PAHJO music. Instagram is actually PAHJO Music Official. That's because they hacked the original page and I lost it. So PAHJO Music Official. Just a nice guy. You message me, I'll respond to you 9 out of 10 times. So I'm very engaging. So follow me, hit me up. Let's go from there.
I like that. That was PAHJO, guys. So make sure you come back for the next episode. Don't know who we'll have yet, but we'll find out and see. All right? We did it. That's it.